How many jobs starting tomorrow are legitimately up for grabs?
Starting gigs?
Starting gigs or just roster spots?
I mean, not a ton. I think the back of the roster, we get too into the back of the roster probably. There's some spots there, but
and by the way, we're going to today with the battle for the third quarterback spot.
Well, of course.
That's coming up in a bit.
Of course. Have you got a jersey yet?
That's one of my questions for you.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to take that off your list. No, I think there's some. There's always some. I think there's opportunity, but you have a small number of draft picks. You have a lot of turnover. I remember writing last year about how many rookies and undrafted rookies that they had taking snaps, meaningful snaps, and how many of them caused losses, right? Like that was a big part of an undercurrent of last year's failures was so many of those big moments where Ryan Rico trying to get a hold down, Dejon Anthony in Kansas City, like some of these late picks, undrafted guys that had mistakes. You have them in their second year. So it's more about, because you have a small draft class, to me it's more about a lot of the leap guys, the year 2 leap potential guys, than it is necessarily about this year's rookie class. I have a pretty good feel for where this year's rookie class plots, those that show up, and what that's going to look like. But I think the bigger question is when you get into some of the people that started making an impact from the back half of last year's draft class, will they fall off and be forgotten? Okay, you had your chance. Or is there that progress, and where does that come from? And that can go a long way to defining, I think, some of the back of this roster in terms of what it looks like. The starting jobs, I mean, Jay and I did this on the podcast today. There's not a ton of stuff up for grabs. I mean, both guards spots we know, but I mean, they have cleared the deck for Dylan Fairchild. They're going to give him every opportunity. It's whether he can do it or not. They like what they've seen from him, but he's never put professional pads on before. Right. And so we'll see what that looks like. Cordell Volson is there to push him at the other guard spot, or at that guard spot. And then they're leaving the other side to the two vets to kind of duke it out between Cody Ford and Lucas Patrick. And then the others, if they can prove something, could maybe enter the mix. But for the most part, they've kind of siloed those two off. And to simplify those battles a little bit. Outside of that, I mean, you've got a bunch of guys that are going to try, again, the same thing. These second-year guys, they're going to try to ascend at different spots, but it feels like they really have you have a pretty good feel of the two deep at this point.